Starting with it, there's always very interesting debates. I will just read you a little bit of what it says for the jury, and it says here, entries will need to break new ground in branded communications, that is, provocative, boundary-busting, envy-inspiring work that marks a new direction for the industry and moves it forward. And that is a fairly broad and demanding brief for any piece of work. And I suppose I'm going to be maybe a little bit controversial here and say I'm not sure new is always best. I think we looked at work which actually was quite old, but actually had executed something brilliantly and made you rethink. And I think what we're trying to do with work is get people to rethink. We want them to reconsider. And I feel, and maybe this is a personal view, that in the rush for the new, we're forgetting how to communicate things that genuinely move people. And there's no question, and I don't think anybody can argue against this, the value of what we do is not being appreciated by the audience we speak to. The awareness and value of advertising is declining. That is not my opinion, that is the opinion of the audiences we talk to. So I think that's a big issue for everybody involved in our industry. How do we move the value of advertising and communication forward in a way which audiences genuinely look forward to and respond to? And I think that's a major issue that we all have to consider. We were fortunate in getting to a number of entries that we really liked. It was a big, very interesting debate. I think one of the great things about being on a really good jury is you find you enter it with certain opinions, and then you find you've been persuaded of something else. And I think that's a really profound thing. That's what makes being on a great jury really valuable. And a number of times I found myself being persuaded away from something. I often didn't have a vote as chairman, but I found that really interesting. I think when I look at it, because obviously when you judge, you stand back and then you look at what you've done. And I think in a way what we did was we've awarded work in both the categories that is actually sort of trying to become a part of the cultural zeitgeist. And I've often said, a lot of advertising, I think, exists in the world of advertising. It doesn't actually touch the people we're supposedly talking to. And actually, if you look at both the things we've awarded, what they've used is what's happening in the world and how can I make my brand or my idea a part of that, and therefore get people talking about it as a genuine piece of communication. The other thing that kept coming through with a number of the conversations we were having is the value of craft. I've often said advertising's 80% idea, it's also 80% execution. And I feel that, when I look at both the things and the Grand Prix for Good that we've awarded, craft played a very profound part in both of them. We thought this was very important. This idea that you can just have an idea and it doesn't matter how it's executed is something that we have to fight against.